Do you want to know the funniest way to describe gyukatsu?
Yeah, go for it.
It is the fanciest chicken nugget.
Girl, ballerinas are fit. They are ripped. They are ripped.
And so it was time to digivolve this toy Agumon, who I adored, was my favorite thing in the world.
Okay.
And then it turned into a blimp.
What? Welcome on in, everybody, to another episode of Baton Pass. I'm Vee. I'm joined by
Steph. Hello.
Hi, and we are two gals that definitely stopped playing Animal Crossing. Welcome on in.
Ooh, yeah. That lasted. It was a really nice week since the update.
Didn't I call it though? Didn't I? I was like, there's no way we're gonna be like locked in for like 2 weeks at least. I will say I do play like a little bit here and there. A random thing is that I started playing Splatoon 3 again.
Yeah?
Yeah, because there was like a new update. They added like, I'm not even joking, they added aura farming to Splatoon. So that's a thing.
Wait. You gotta explain about this aura farming?
Yeah, so basically if you get like 3 KOs in a row, if you splatted like three and basically what happens is that you just get like a sparkling aura. Like the lore is apparently like the squidling's like blood is like boiling like with excitement, and you just move a lot faster. It's like
wait, but is it actually called
everything.
aura?
It's called aura or something.
That is so funny. They knew what they were doing. You're aura farming. Oh my gosh.
Welcome on in, everybody. This episode is going to be really, really interesting for starting off with all of that. It's been a crazy 2 weeks, I will say. It's been a while since we've last chatted. We've actually been doing a whole bunch of stuff. But I don't even know where we should start.
There's a reason we haven't been playing Animal Crossing. You know, like we've both been really busy. You've been away, and we're gonna get into that. But you know what? I've got a big surprise for everybody because listen, I'm a gamer, and you know what that means? I don't leave my house.
You don't touch
grass.
I
don't exercise. I just stay and exist, and I don't like to do much aside from be on my computer all day. Except that's changed for the first time ever.
Whoa.
Vee, I had my first leg day. And I need to rant about this because here's the thing. You know, the last time I exercised was probably high school gym class. Like, that's the last time I did more than just, okay, technically when we're at conventions, we walk a lot. Or when I go to Japan or when I go somewhere, it's a lot of walking. So, I move, but not voluntarily. Not ever. I've tried to go to a gym once and I failed, but I've been on a new arc and I've had some friends teaching me how to exercise, which has been good for accountability. But Vee, everyone always was like, don't skip leg day. So I was like, wow, everyone must really like leg day. That's not why people say don't skip leg day. People say don't skip leg day. What I've learned is because it's the worst. You get the most sore from it, and it's the most horrible that people say don't skip it because you gotta pull through it anyway.
You have to do it. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
How has it been going for you overall? Like, are you enjoying it? Is it like oh God, what have I gotten myself signed up to? Like, what's the vibe?
I'm officially 2.5 weeks into my exercising life.
That's great.
Do I like it yet? No,
I don't. Does.
But okay, so I did that. So I've been doing twice a week. I have a leg day and then I have an arm day. I didn't even know I had muscles in my shoulders.
Girl.
I've been learning how to do like the bar, like bench press with the bar. I've been learning legit things that I was like, I never in my life thought this would be me.
For sure.
But having to do the bar itself is like 40 pounds. And I'm like, this is really scary that I think I'm going to like drop it on my face every single time.
I see.
But that's been going well. And so here's the story I really wanted to start off and tell you on this podcast. Do you know what a bar class is? BARRE bar class.
Oh, no, I don't know that. Isn't there like a bar exam or something like that?
No, that's for being a lawyer, which I am not a lawyer, but my family wanted me to be a lawyer, so rip the bar exam I never took.
But now you're doing the bar thing, the other bar.
Now I'm doing a bar class. So apparently it's like designed, it's an exercise class designed for women, and you use a ballet bar to help you do some of the exercises. So here I thought being like ballet, graceful stretching, it's not going to be that intense. Surely it'll be easy. I was going to die. So I went to this class. I signed up for like a free trial of this new class. It was a 60-minute class. I was the least fit person in this room, in this class. Like, there were people twice my age who were like able to do moves that I didn't think were possible. Secondly, it was like intense, like squatting, doing cardio, trying to do a push-up. I can't do a push-up. I can't do a push-up
either.
I can't. And so it was a lot.
I'm in solidarity with you. We can't do push-ups. It's helpful to do the push-ups like on the wall if you can't do it. So in order to practice like the floor, you just do push-ups like on the wall, like lean on the wall and just do the motions. And then the more you practice doing that, then you'll get more used to like doing it on the floor, because that's literally pushing your whole weight up. At least on the wall, you're still kind of like standing, still using part of the weight. I think try to do wall first just to get yourself used to it. I think that's the way to go for sure. But you were talking about the ballerina thing.
Yeah.
Girl, ballerinas are fit. They are ripped. They are ripped. I've learned actually from other podcasts about like ballerinas. Like, they are legit, and is arguably one of the most like toughest classes like in the body that you can do. Which is why if any of you guys listening ever watch a ballet performance, you better applaud. You better applaud, because that's one of the hardest things you will ever see. Like, it's so physically demanding, and it's borderline impressive when you know the stress, like the physical stress and like all this stuff that they have to do in order to achieve what they're performing for you guys. It's crazy. So the fact that you're doing that you're like, oh, it's a class for women and whatever, that's
so intense. And you know what? I was sore for 3 days, but I'm doing my second one this upcoming week. So that will determine if I will continue. But this is the most streak I've ever had so far of exercising and doing things. So that's been very exciting. But yeah, also, like, I just didn't expect everything to be so intense. Also, if someone had told me, part of the reason I never was that interested in exercise is that I thought, well, it's all about burning calories and cardio. And I'm like, that sounds like a lot of work. What people, and then part of me was like, what's the point of building muscle if you're not burning calories? And then here's what someone told me. This changed my whole life. Someone was like, the more muscles you have in your body burns calories faster and more often because you just have more muscles. This is passive EXP just for having muscles in your body. So you don't have to run as much if you just have muscles. If someone had told me this back in high school, I would have started lifting. I would have seen the light. I would have been like, muscles mean I could do less exercise if I just have muscles. I don't have to run as much. For sure. That's great. So anyway, that's been my motivator, is that it's like Final Fantasy when you log off in a town and you're like, you just get experience. I'm like, I want my body to have passive EXP. That sounds great.
Well, a lot of people like write down. I will just say, like, it doesn't have to be writing down, but it's like people like mark their stats. They literally treat their body as like, like a spear grid in Final Fantasy, like collecting all of the abilities and like raising your stat points. Or if you're trying to lose weight, that's like, so it's so people do that stuff to like motivate them. So I don't know if you have any charts of like just your physical whatever, or if you're not into stats at all, that's totally fine. But that is an outlet to like get you more motivated to be like, okay, I need to like reach this weight. Like, it doesn't have to be a deadline, but it's like, you have a goal to like reach towards this weight, or like maybe lift that weight, or like, like you're saying you're doing 40 pounds, like maybe do 50, maybe you know what I'm saying, to like push yourself. Maybe like you're doing push-ups on the wall, you can only do 10, maybe push for 15. So it's like, people do those kinds of like stuff that motivates people. I don't know what's your motivator, but
I think long term we'll have to do check-ins on this, see if I keep it up. I'll use this podcast as accountability, because right now I'm focused on routine, is just something to say that I'm doing it. So I'm hoping that this class, if I'm sore for 3 days again after the second class, I don't know, I might try to do a different type, because I'm also a little worried, did I accidentally do something a little above my level, my skill level? Because I did feel like I was gonna pass out. I did feel like I had to stop in the middle of it, because I was like, I'm actually gonna pass out. So I had to rest. And they're very nice about like, take breaks if you need to. Everyone's at a different level, or modify it, but I was like, that was hard. That was really hard.
Actually, I almost had a pass out moment myself because again, I was at a fitness journey. This was years ago, but I used to do this cycling class where it's like it's those indoor bikes. So it's like it's a bike, but it's like you're you know pushing the bike, but it stays still. It's stagnant in one place. And they do these like cycling exercises, and it's 45 minutes. Okay, for like the basic class. And so I'm like, oh, 45 minutes. That's like nothing, whatever. The most intense 45 minutes of your life. They're like set your bike at this speed, and then you have to like keep with the pace or whatever. But then as you're doing the pedaling, you also got to like do stuff with your arms and whatever as you're pedaling at the same time. I was dead. There was actually, it was the same thing where it was like the second class, I was like, I'm about to pass out right now. Yeah. And whatever. Yeah. And what's crazy is that the bike has you like locked in, like your sneakers get like locked into the pedals. So I had to stop, and then I had to figure out while I was borderline about to pass out how to take out these things and like walk outside. I didn't pass out, but it was definitely like one of those like, I am not fit right now. Yeah. But cycling is not for me. I just discovered
How long did you keep up with the cycling before you were like, I'm going to try a different
It was like a month, something like that.
Okay. Yeah.
Nice. And it was like every week. So it's like, I think I did it like maybe 4 times or 5 times. And I was brave about his stuff. I drove there too, so it was like I was being my own independent woman and whatever. But cycling is a little too intense. Same thing with Pilates. Shockingly, Pilates is also pretty. I haven't done it myself, but I heard it's very.
I heard that Pilates is similar to the bar class I did, but a little different. But it's like same energy, energy type thing. Yeah,
I will say definitely don't push yourself. But hey, you're going for it this week. It's definitely not to intimidate you, but it's like if you feel like passing out, like obviously stop. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's not for you. It's just that your body is not acclimated to.
Yes, I think I'm not used to moving that much, and also I was joking around because I used to be fit. Like I used to be a figure skater, and because I had been doing it for so long in my life, I didn't realize I was training muscles. But then since I've, I consider myself a retired figure skater because I'm just not in shape. I was like, man, I remember when I could keep up with some of this that I'm like,
when you keep up with the young kids.
Yeah, I'm old now.
No, that's not it. I think you just need to like retrain your body. I think that's literally what it is. When was the last time you did like figure skating like seriously? It was like
a long time ago, 10 years ago probably. Yeah,
so it's like you're just retraining. I mean, I don't know if you're gonna do figure skating again, but it's like you're just retraining your muscles, your body to like do that kind of stuff.
I did go. I went. That was part of my exercise. One day we did go ice skating for funsies, and I was just kind of cardio. I wasn't doing anything crazy, but I can do my mini spins. I just to do certain jumps, I need to retrain my body because my body weight's different.
Oh, you used to do like the spinny jumps?
Mm-hmm. I could do. I did up to what's called freestyle 5 through freestyle 5. So everything single jumps before the axle, I was able to do. As a skater, I was able to spin. I was able to do footwork, ice dancing. I did synchronized ice skating. I used to do a whole bunch of stuff.
But that could be a goal you can set towards. Yeah. It's like, you get to be able to do the jump again. You're gonna pop off if you do that. Yeah, that would be awesome. Also, another big thing about like working out and like that kind of stuff is diet. Diet is huge. Diet is king. Like it truly is. It what you eat really impacts how you're exercising and like how your body reacts going forward. So yeah, you gotta, I don't know what your diet's like and you don't have to share, but I'm just saying that's just a thing.
We're in danger. No, we'll work on it.
Diet is king. I'm so serious. Like, before I there was a time where I worked out with a buddy, and it was like one of those like, what did we do? It wasn't 24-hour fitness. It was one of those fitness places or whatever. And I was told that it's, for me, it was best like not to eat, or you can eat, but like very minimal. So I think I just had like a banana. Like I ate a banana, and then I was like, okay, I'm ready to go. I have my water. I'm checked out. Also Gatorade's good too. Keep your electrolytes up. But I'm excited for you on this journey. That's huge. How are you excited to like what was a catalyst? What made you like, I want to do this kind of, or was it just spur of the moment? Like, you know what? I'm going to go. And
well, it's a mix of a lot of things. It's the existential dread of life.
I almost spit my water out.
Time for you to take a drink of water. The existential dread of life. And you know, when you know something's good for you, you just know that it's good for you. And if I'm honest, I've been very stressed. And so I know exercise is linked with helping your mental health. And so a little bit of that. I would like to also lose a little bit of weight as well. But I just noticed, especially in these last few years, like I really have not been moving. I have really not been moving. And I think that it's like it doesn't appear the way it is, but I think my body is crying, and so I'm trying to take better care of it. So
do you have an Apple Watch? That is also helpful.
Oh, like no, I don't.
Those fitness watches or whatever. I'm not saying get an Apple Watch, but there's other like there's Fitbit. Fitbit's pretty cheap, and that can help you too if you're trying to like get like miles walked and like that kind of stuff. Get your steps in and whatever.
The hard part is leaving my home. And so I know walks are good, especially in the wintertime, right? In the wintertime, it's also hard. But I don't know. I think it was also tied with New Year's. I was like, I want to be more fit and try and attempt. So we're trying. We're trying in February for the month to come true, and we'll see what happens.
Heck yeah. I've been like, well, it's funny because I just recently went on this trip, which we'll talk about. This will be our next little segment. But as someone who used to live in New York, I took for granted the amount of walking that I used to do like back then, and versus like, you know, I live in the suburbs now. You got to drive everywhere. So it's like I can't take stairs, you know, as often as I used to back then. So it's like, for those of you who don't know, I went to Japan recently, so I just came back from a Japan trip.
So how much walking? You must have done so much walking.
I should probably like pull out the app right now, so you might have to give me a moment. But I will say I climbed. There was actually an Apple Watch like notification where it was like the amount of stairs that you've been climbing has changed drastically in this past week, and I was just like, you know what? Maybe it's because Japan just lives off of the subway system, and that's all I've been doing. I was working my legs, I'll tell you that much. Yeah. We were, oh God, I'm just looking at my steps now. 14,000, 16,000 steps, 14,000, 11, 16, 11, 16, 17,000. And then I come back home and it's like 1,000 steps.
Yeah.
It's real bad. But I'm kind of thankful that I went on this trip to Japan, because like even though it was winter time, I was still able to like work my body and like, you know, remind myself how harsh winter can be, and you know, it was just a good trip overall.
Oh my gosh, tell me all about it. I guess big highlight moments, or I guess the first thing that you're like, what was like the best part of the trip?
The food. I've gotten in love with gyukatsu again. Like gyukatsu is like my favorite thing. For those who don't know, it's kind of just like, what is it, like breaded chicken or something like that. It's just like it's breaded meat.
Do you want to know the funniest way to describe gyukatsu?
Yeah, go for it.
It is the fanciest chicken nugget, but with beef instead of chicken. Like, it is the fanciest chicken nugget if you cut it up into strips.
Yup. But I fell in love with it. It's like, I think I had that like borderline, like I was there for 9 days, and I had that, I think, like 4 out of the 9 days. Like it was it's so delicious, because it's not just the meat, you guys. Like there's a bowl of rice on the side, there's some miso soup, there's you know, your sauces to put your you know, to complement your the meat that you have.
A lot of cabbage usually.
Yeah, also. Cabbage, that's right. Yep. You're reminding me of all the things. And then there's like usually a dessert on the side, but I'm not a big fan of dessert, so I just kind of like just leave it. But oh my God, and it's so filling, and it's just so like, I will say with all the walking that I did, I definitely got like hungrier. So it's like the more I leaned towards the end of the day, the more it was like, I need to have like a gigantic feast meal. And it was delicious and it was great, to the point that I will be going food shopping at the end of this recording, and I'm going to try to, I don't think I'm going to do like beef or whatever. I'm probably just going to do like breaded chicken and just call it gyukatsu and just call it a day.
We've tried to make gyukatsu at home, and actually it's not impossible. You just have to get the panko, the breadcrumbs, is the type of breadcrumbs that you use, and then You know, it's one of the more accessible foods to make if you don't live in Japan. That's
what I'm saying. It's like I could make white rice. I could make like, you know, I could have like veggies on the side. It doesn't have to be cabbage. I could just have like whatever, like a little medley.
Yeah.
But oh my God, the food was like the best. There was a lot of places that I went to. If you guys check out my Instagram at any point, I went to the Snoopy Museum, which was so cute and wholesome. It's in Tokyo. It's in like this like area. When you get out of the train station, it's essentially just a place where dogs hang out. It's a dog park, like a giant, like, so it's like a giant shopping area for people to shop.
Do you remember the station that you got off at?
No, I do not. I will be honest. I don't.
That was in Japan. To find people, that is the thing you do, is like, what station is it on? Like, what is this station? Because it's so accessible. Like, that's the thing.
Well, it's funny because I actually Bunkamura, I think that's, Granbury Park Station. That's what it's called.
Okay, cool.
Granbury Park. Because I've been, oh my God, that's another, you said what was the best thing about Japan? Yeah. I have discovered, Steph, stamp collecting. Have you been into that at all? The stamps?
I did back in 2023 during the Worlds, because there was a stamp rally, but I felt bad because it was so crowded. Like, so many people were doing the Pokemon stamp rally, like at the stations, that I was like, I want the kiddos to go in front of me, and then I lost interest and I never completed the stamp rally.
I want to let you know, if I was into stamps back in 2023, I would have been like, "Move, kid, get me! I want this stamp." Yes. I was so invested, because we visited some friends in Hitachi. Sorry, it's called Hitachi, which is like further up north or whatever, and it's kind of like a rice farm town, very small, and I learned from a buddy, shout out to Jack, who taught me about just like the stamp culture, and it was just so fascinating. There's stamps for like borderline every train station, and so I got the stamps up in Hitachi, and then when we came back down via train, forget it. Every train station, we were like, "Oh, we're going to the Snoopy Museum." I'm like, "Where's the stamp in this train station? I have to go and stamp." So that has just been my thing. I'm gonna show on the screen right now. Just one of the stamps that is like
huge.
So this is one of them. It basically took up like the whole page, which was
that's helpful. Way bigger than I thought.
So this is some other ones.
Whoa.
This one has so I was in Ueno. That's where we stayed at in Ueno, and they're just like big on pandas. So it's like all these stamps are about like pandas. And stamping, you guys. This one was from the Tokyo Sky Tree. It shows the characters right there. I don't know. It's hard to see from the YouTube footage, but stamp collecting. That was my thing. I was so obsessed the entire time I was there. And it's funny, as someone who was not in Japan for work, that was like a task, a goal. I was like, as many stamps as I can before I leave. It was super duper fun.
Well, it looks like mission accomplished. Did you get any? So stationery, right? Stamps and also stationery in Japan is S tier. Did you get any good stuff?
It was very good. I got a bunch of stamps, actually. I got into stamping.
Make your own stamps.
So I got, like, this is the ink, and I'm just showing stuff on the YouTube footage for those audio listeners, but this is like letters and stuff. I
actually saw this go viral on something, like the trending stationery of like 2025 and 2026. Oh, that's so
and this
cool.
is numbers. So this is letters and this is numbers. I went to this store called the Traveler's Factory. That is something you can very easily look up. It is poppin'. When I tell you, it was in like a hole in the wall, like kind of street in a random, like, Japan is weird because like you can be in like a very rural neighborhood, turn the corner, and then there's like this big like shopping thing. Like it's just so random. So the Traveler's Factory is basically a place where you can basically customize your own journal for travel purposes. It is a book that's made out of leather, and essentially you put your what's called inserts. So it's just a bunch of mini notebooks in there. So this is mine. I'm showing it to the YouTube people right now. This is my Traveler's Factory. Yeah. So you could put charms along this like kind of string here. This is my little clamp, so that the page can or the book can like go flat. And then when you open it, there's like 3 different inserts. I haven't written anything in this yet, but it's just like, they're all blank, but it's, little, this one's blank, so it's like, maybe I want to draw on here, or maybe I want to put a stamp the next time I'm in Japan, and stuff. And I have stencils in here, like, ready to go. There's also passport sizes, so it's like you can put a passport in this along with your journal. And it's been, I have been so activated with journaling. It has been crazy. So I got this, and the goal of the Traveler's Factory journals is that this leather-bound thing, when the notebooks inside are done, you could just take them out and replace them for, like, basically refill them. So the leather stays with you, but everything inside you can switch in and out. So then in the passage of time, this leather-bound book is gonna, like, it's gonna be aging with you and stuff like that. So it's basically like my forever book, like my forever notebook. It's super duper cool, so fascinating. I would heavily suggest you look it up, Traveler's Factory. And if you don't do that, that's totally fine. But it's like, I think there's other options aside from the Traveler's Factory that maybe doesn't do leather, does other stuff.
I've been to Japan like quite a few times, and I've never been, so I'll have to add it to my next trip.
Oh yeah, so when we turned this corner to the street to go to the store, there was like a whole line. There was a line to get in. Yeah, because it's a pretty small shop, so forget it. There was people from all over, like English speaking people and Japanese locals that were just like, they were locked in. They were wanted to get their stationery and their notebooks, and it was great. It was a good time.
That makes me so happy. Did you? And of course, I mean, we always have to ask the Konbini lifestyle. Back to the convenience stores. Did you get yourself plenty of egg sandos? What did you get?
Oh man, we got a whole bunch of stuff. I will say, apparently Family Mart is like going viral, like, outside of Japan, because they're selling like clothing, so like tube socks, t-shirts that have like the Family Mart like colors on them. So we bought some socks from Family Mart, so that was super fun. Courtney does this thing that every time she travels to Japan, she gets the Shonen Jump for the week. You know, just to, like, you know, it's a time capsule thing. It'd be like, this was the Shonen Jump when I was there, so that's cool. What did I eat? I don't even know. I usually get this kind of like egg sandwich. So it's like egg, it's like lettuce and like some sort of like, I guess it's mayo. I don't know. Or tuna. I don't know. Yeah. And it's kind of like a 3-tiered like kind of sandwich that I just eat. It's interesting. I broke up with this chocolate bread that I had back in 2023 for Yokohama. I was like obsessed with it at the time. Yeah. But then this is such a deep cut, and people are not going to understand what I'm saying, but you know what? It's fine. Yeah. We started shopping at Costco, and Costco has these like chocolate breads from France, and I think it's like pain au chocolat, whatever it's called. And so I've been loving those. I've just been eating those up. Fast forward, we go to Japan. Oh, here's this chocolate bread that I had in 2023. I'm going to love it. It was disgusting. I was like, this chocolate, it was just, I don't know.
There's no sugar.
It was just slamming a chocolate bar on bread, like a full chocolate bar. It wasn't even just kind of like complimentary with the bread and stuff. Like it was like 90% chocolate and 10% bread. Yeah. And that did not fly with me. So I had to like resort to like some other kind of like
did you think it was too sweet? Or was it that you just didn't like the type of chocolate it was?
I think it was too much chocolate. Like there needs to be a ratio. You know what I'm saying? I do enjoy the bread that complements with the chocolate. Does that make sense? So that chocolate bread in Japan was just not it. But there was a pastry kind of option that has like these little chocolate chunks inside, and I settled with that, and it was fine. But yeah, who would have thought my taste buds changed in like 3 years? It was crazy.
And the reverse can happen, because I hear if you live in Japan, you will become accustomed to the levels of sugar in the food, which is a lot less than in America. And you'll come back to America and be like, I used to have this, there's so much sugar, and like it doesn't feel right. I think the opposite can also happen if you were like, your first impression was when it tasted like that, and then granted, you also had a French version, and I feel that France has pastries kind of like, France is known for their pastries, that's good. Kind of their thing, so that's tough. As much as I love Japan, I gotta say chocolate salad is definitely not one of their strong suits.
I did find a pastry that I ended up like enjoying and like settling with, but it wasn't something that I picked up every day and I was like, I need to have this every day. It was like once in a blue kind of vibes. Well, I will say, you were talking about how taste buds change. Girl, when I tell you, okay, so I was like, their coffee. Yeah. Okay. Coffee's all right. Like the coffee is pretty good. It's meant to like get you going, but it's not meant to like give you like an intense like you know, caffeine high, sugar rush, like going crazy and whatever. So when I come back to the States, I have my regular coffee in the morning with this like Starbucks caramel macchiato kind of like creamer. Yeah. So I have the Starbucks K-cup pod, you know, blah blah blah. It makes it whatever, and then I put that. When I drank it, it felt, or it tasted so processed. Yeah. It was so insanely processed. Yeah. And I was just like, this is what I've been drinking every day. This is crazy. And so we have granulated sugar in the house. So I was just like, what if I just put like, because my wife uses oat milk for like her tea and stuff. So I was like, let me just grab her oat milk, grab some sugar, and just do it like quote unquote the old fashioned way versus using the creamer. So much better. And I was just like, well, I gotta throw out this Starbucks creamer thing, because what the heck? I was like consuming this like processed hell, and I was like, no wonder I wasn't finishing my coffees in the morning, because my body was just like, maybe this is a little too much. So Japan woke me up to that. Crazy. I couldn't believe it.
Did you get to try the hot vending machines because it was cold while you were there? Did you grab hot drinks from the vending machines?
Courtney grabbed like a hot like a chai latte kind of thing, and I grabbed it and I was just like, oh my god, that's very hot.
So cool. I love it. It's my favorite thing to just feel it warm, especially on a cold day. You're like, I want this just to hold.
Though it's funny because, you know, my Courtney's from the South, so she's not accustomed to like, you know, you got to wear certain things in the winter. And so she wore like earmuffs for the first time. We had to go to Don Quixote, our favorite place ever, and she had to buy some just clutch earmuffs, and she was like, these are my favorite things in the world to keep my ears so warm and whatever. And I was just like, that's what they do. And I had to buy some gloves at Uniqlo, and that was helpful. But I was like, wow, as someone who's like, I lived in LA for a while, I live in warm places, so having the need to buy gloves for the first time in a while, I was like, this is refreshing, and I enjoy this. This is nice. So yeah, it's kind of inspiring me. It makes me consider going to other places for the winter time. Like I want to do, did you know that there's cruises going to Alaska?
Oh, I think I did know about this, but that's very cool.
I want to do that so bad now. Yeah. Like obviously I don't have the money for a cruise right now. Yeah. We just came back from a crazy trip, but like at some point, girl, I think I might. I think I might do a cruise in Alaska, just because it's like, I don't know, going somewhere in the winter, like it might.
It's different. It's a different vibe. It's cool because everyone goes in the summer for like nice weather, but it's fun to do. Listen, if you go to Alaska, you should time it with the Aurora Borealis. Which that was actually one thing that while you were gone and you were on your trip, there was news that in Washington you could potentially see the Aurora Borealis. So I went hunting and the sky was clear, rare in Washington in winter. It's usually cloudy and rainy all the time. And I was like, it's the time. And I did not get to see it, sadly. No. But it just reminded me that I should go to either Alaska or Iceland or somewhere where you can see the Aurora Borealis. Sometimes I have seen it in Seattle before. But sometimes it's...
So you've seen the Aurora Borealis before?
Yeah, it's so cool.
I have not seen it yet. I would like to. You know what I did see, though, when I was in Japan? I saw Fuji-san.
Oh, you did? Hey!
Literally, this is my third trip, and this is the first time I ever saw Mount Fuji.
Oh my god!
Isn't that crazy? Every time that I was like, I get like a decent view, I've always been like obscured or like cloudy, and so I would never be able to see it. And during the Snoopy Museum, there's like a little balcony area, and I was like, is that what I think it is? I was like, no way.
Could it be?
Yeah. I was like, yes, let's go. It was so exciting. So
would you ever climb Mount Fuji? Would you ever do the trek up there?
I don't think so. No. I think I'm good. I don't know. Maybe if I ever get on a fitness journey like you have, maybe I will.
Yeah. Well, let me ask again once I'm fit, and then I'll think about it. Because I hear it's not for beginners. You need to have experience hiking and be really fit to go up it.
Super random side tangent, but I saw a video on YouTube from Red Bull about some dude that was like, he skied down Mount Everest.
What?
it was crazy. It's like a 30-minute video. I would highly recommend it. I think it's probably one of their most popular videos. But Red Bull, you know, it's like sponsored. Obviously, they're not going to post something unless, like, basically if something bad happened, they would not post it. But it was very fascinating. And you think about like just the physical stress. You're on top of Mount Everest. Yeah. Oxygen is like so thin. It was crazy. I would say it's worth the watch.
That's
after you guys are done.
To me.
After you guys are done with this podcast, you should check out that video from Red Bull. Yeah. It was pretty cool. But yeah, that was cool. I bought a lot of stationery. I think I'm set on stationery for like a good year. I think I'm good. I bought some pens and stuff, and that was pretty exciting. Actually, in the Snoopy Museum, I bought my first fountain pen. Ooh. So that was pretty exciting. I'm not going to take it out right now, but it's like it's very fancy. I paid like $60.
Oh my gosh.
So it was pretty expensive, but it has Snoopy on it, and it's, you know, I can refill the ink if I want to, but I'm like, I am in my journaling arc. You were in your exercise era. I'm in my journaling era. I'm so activated, you guys. It's crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I love that. And then was the museum, was it self-guided? Did you have a tour as you were going through it? I've never been to that kind of museum. So did you just get to learn about Snoopy's history?
Yeah, it was more like Charles Schultz, you know, the creator, and like, you know, so you see his like original sketches. There were some places where I couldn't take photos because it was like his OG sketches. Turns out there is a sister museum in San Francisco, I think, something like that. Ooh. So it's funny. I think I might go there this year, especially considering the Pokemon World Championships where it's located. So I think I might visit the sister museum. But yeah, the one in Tokyo is a 3-storied building. You start on the 3rd floor and you make your way down. Yeah. So you take an elevator to go up, and then there's like a whole bunch of history, a whole bunch of like OG sketches from like when he was first starting to make the Peanuts kids and stuff like that. But Snoopy's very popular in Japan. Yeah. So so that was pretty interesting. There was it wasn't extremely crowded, but I think it was because it was a random day. I think it was like a school day, and you know, not a lot of people are out, but it was pretty fascinating. It was self-guided. We didn't have someone like talking about it and stuff, and it was just like a lot of memorabilia. There was a lot of like the comics like on the wall. You hear like the Peanuts music and stuff. It was very, very cool, wholesome. And then you end at the bottom in the gift shops on the 1st floor. So you go to the gift shop and whatever. So much Snoopy merch, so much like Snoopy plushes and stuff. Obviously Snoopy was the focus, but they talk about the other characters too. They talk about Lucy and Linus and like all that stuff. But it just made me appreciate, especially considering the world of AI and where we're at right now, this guy who just wanted to draw these kids, man, and they just had like their little witty adventures in the newspaper, and it was just like, it was wholesome. It made me, it was inspiring. I would say if you're an artist, especially, I think anyone can get inspired by going to that museum, but it was pretty cool to see, like, you know, see the history, and, you know, it was cool. I recommend it the next time if you're ever in Japan, everybody. I recommend it.
That sounds so fun. Oh my gosh, you got to go to museums. Did you do any pop-up cafes? Or what was the ratio of like planned things to just like, oh, there's a pop-up cafe, we're going in this?
It's so funny because there was definitely a couple of mutuals that Courtney had, like a lot of her music folks in Japan that we were just having dinners with. But otherwise, it was just kind of like, the Snoopy Museum was on a whim.
Really?
We were just like, that was just on a whim. There was one thing that we wanted to do was there was these Pokemon donuts from the Mega Dimension DLC. Yes. So I definitely wanted to try those. I will tell you guys my official verdict. They are not great. They look pretty. They sure do. They sure look nice. But but it's not that great. But yeah, a good majority of like our trip was just like, hey, do you want to go over here? Or do you want to do this? And especially considering my stamp journey. And I've also been collecting what's called Goshuin. Do you know Goshuin?
Oh, I don't.
So essentially when you're in a shrine, they have these like like people, the people in the shops, they do like calligraphy about the shrine. And they put it in these special books. It's 500 yen per shrine, and you actually have to buy the book. But yeah, that's a whole thing, collecting the Goshuin and like the different shrines and stuff. So I was visiting shrines, like I went to the Meiji one and got like something.
Yeah.
There. So I don't have the book on me, but it was such a good, like along with the stamps, I was also collecting Goshuin. It's pretty fascinating, the history, because like they changed the design like depending on the decades and stuff like that. So it's very fascinating. So it's like, it's kind of like my little time capsule of, because essentially they would draw the Goshuin out and then I would just put the date under it and just be like, this is where I got this Goshuin and it was on this day. And so it was like a big time capsule thing. It's cool. Yeah. It was I was like locked in on the culture.
You found inner peace. I feel like you got inner peace through your journals, and you know, I feel like it's like a spiritual experience to get to go to shrines and
say what you want about like religion and stuff like that, but if it gives you like peace, like and also it doesn't hurt anybody, I think it's fine. Like I talk about my grandma like a lot when it comes to like religion and stuff. She is the nicest person you will literally ever meet in your entire life, and she is heavily huge on spirituality and Jesus and stuff like that. And am I gonna push my beliefs on her? Absolutely not. She's just so wholesome and nice, and I feel like that's the good part about, you know, the spirituality part of it. So it's like, if you know, maybe that's why I give so much respect to the shrines and stuff in Japan, you know, because it's like these people, there's some people who actually take it seriously, and maybe some people that don't, but or do it for the novelty of it, you know. You do your little prayer.
Oh, and, there's probably so many people who go in front of the shrine gate, the torii gates, just to be like, you know, Instagram, who don't care at all about it. But it's nice just as an observer to just like immerse yourself, even if it's just for a day, and see what it's like. That's cool.
I agree. But yeah, my journaling journey has been absolutely crazy. The Japan trip was very, like, it was just good to go on a vacation versus like going to Japan for like work related, like Pokemon related things. Obviously I visited some Pokemon centers, but it wasn't the primary focus. If
you
that
can't
makes sense.
stay away from the Pokemon centers. What did you pick up from Pokemon Center?
Well, I got some pins. Actually, I got for those of you who don't know, Pokemon Home has medals that you collect when you go to the Pokemon centers. So it's like an NFC scan. So it's like I open up Pokemon Home. Yeah. I open up Pokemon Home and I just scan my phone there, and you get the medal for the Pokemon Center in there. One for yourself and then one that you can trade to like other people. It's pretty cool.
Never done that. I've never done that. I've been to the Pokemon centers often.
Yeah, I have like 11 medals now. 11 unique ones. So I've been big on my collection game. Like it's been nuts. It's been fun. Oh man. But while I was gone, just to Baton Pass it over, while I was gone, you were streaming a little bit of Digimon, weren't you?
Digimon Story Time Stranger for the first time. Vee, have you played this game?
I've seen Courtney play it. I don't know much. I will be honest.
What's your Digimon background?
Ooh, I love Renamon.
Okay.
I love Renamon and Veemon. I know Veemon because that's my name.
Met Veemon. I met Veemon in my playthrough. But have you watched any of the anime? Have you played much of the games, or is it kind of just association from being kind of around it?
So I've never played the games. The only exposure to the anime that I have is that there's this one anime opening from Digimon Frontiers that I love. That's like my favorite English Digimon opening of all time. And then in that season, the Digimon and the person like fuse together kind of vibes, and it is the cool. Listen, I'm a kid, impressionable kid. Okay, that was the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like they scan their card and then the Digimon fuses. I'm like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. It's awesome. So yeah, that's my exposure to Digimon basically. I didn't watch the OG anime. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen the movie either, which people are gonna be like,
there's a few movies. There's a few, I think. Yeah,
people are gonna freak
also
out,
just for our video listeners, my computer like made a weird Windows sound that sounded like a monster like engulfing something like crazy. So if I look like I flinched while Vee was talking, it was not about Vee's reaction to Digimon. It was that my
oh, you could have said that though. You could have.
No,
it's fine.
But okay, so this is excellent because I think you're at like a similar place that I was, you know, longtime Pokemon fan. You know, I was familiar with Digimon, knew a tiny little bit. I knew Garurumon because that was a card I had as a kid. Someone gave me a Digimon card once, and I was like, this wolf is like, I love it. And that was all. But I didn't even know who Agumon was.
Patamon, I like. Patamon.
Oh, yeah, Patamon's cute. Yeah. And so I decided to play Digimon for the first time, and I thought it was going to be like a one-off. But first of all, shout out to the Digimon community. That people have been so nice and like giving me so many tips to like get into it for the first time. But V, I really thought Digimon was like a Pokemon competitor. And the series is so different. Yeah. Everything about it is different. Like, yes, they evolve, but they digivolve and then de-digivolve. And also there's like a tech tree of what they can. They're all Eevees. Like, they're all potentially Eevees. Like, it is so different. And it plays... I did not expect it to feel like Persona. It feels like Persona 5. At least Digimon Story Time Stranger, to me, gameplay-wise, feels like a lot more like Persona 5, Metaphor, like that style of RPG.
Yeah.
I was like, what? I'm shocked. I'm so shocked.
Cool. Who has been your favorite Digimon
Oh my god.
Far?
Okay. Well, I gotta tell you a story. So it all starts when I discover Toy Agumon. Have you seen this? It's a little Lego version of Agumon. And for anyone who's like, Steph, I've got no idea about Digimon. Agumon is the Charmander of the Digimon universe. It is like one of the mascots.
Borderline the Pikachu.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're right. Yeah, I always said Charmander because it's orange. It looks like Charmander. But yeah, it is like Pikachu. Agumon's like the mascot of Digimon. They made a Lego version. It's made out of Lego bricks or, it's so cute. And I was like, oh, I need this on my team immediately. And so then I have it, but then everyone's like, Steph, you have to digivolve them. Like, you're going to get wrecked by every boss ever. You will not progress the game if you don't. Like, technically, I could not, evolve them, but you'd have to be kind of like an expert, in the way that I know. I think you've done a playthrough where you kept your first stage. I don't know if it was not Tepig. It was some Fuecoco. Yeah. I feel to do that, and maybe with Pokemon, I'm not sure, if it's a one-to-one comparison, but usually it's easier to do a harder playthrough if you have experience. So everyone's like, Steph, you don't know what you're doing. Evolve your Digimon or you will get destroyed. And I was like, that's fair. Right. And so it was time to digivolve this Toy Agumon, who I adored, was my favorite thing in the world. Okay. And then it turned into a blimp.
What?
It turned into Blimpmon. Have you seen this Digimon?
No, I will look it up right now.
Look it up right now. Blimpmon. It is a giant blimp with a little like unicorn horn on its head.
Girl, what the heck is that? That's a blimp.
It's just a blimp. And here's the thing. This blimp, at first I was like, guys, I cannot. They turned my cute Lego Agumon into this blimp. I'm so upset. But then everyone's like, Steph, hold R1. And then I held R1. And you can ride the blimp. And so I had a complete 180 from like, this thing's terrible to, this is the greatest day of my life. I can ride this blimp. This is awesome. And so this blimp went from one of the weirdest Digimon to me to one of my favorites because this thing has carried. It was like immune to one of the redacted bosses. I won't spoil anything, but it had immunity to one of the bosses. It like got me through like a crazy fight. It's a tank. It's so strong. And like, it just reminds me of how in Pokemon, when like you try a new Pokemon on your team and you bond with it for the memories of your playthrough.
For sure.
This Blimpmon and like, I don't know, do you consider another Digivolution option a spoiler? That's something I don't really understand.
I don't know. You're speaking to someone who doesn't know Digimon.
Anyway, I'm going to talk about a Digivolution. This franchise has been out for 20 years. I assume it's not that. This blimp evolves into Master Blimpmon.
Oh my god.
So then I was kind of sad to evolve my blimp. I'm like, by the time it's time to evolve it again,
it's just a blimp again.
It's just bigger, but it's gray and metallic. But I was so emotionally invested. Like, V, I want you to imagine I was sitting there and I'm like, I'm kind of sad to say goodbye to the blimp. Like, I'm gonna miss the blimp coon.
Yeah,
like, blimp's been great. So
blimp coon.
Then it evolved into another blimp, and I was like, life's good. We've got ourselves a bigger blimp.
Oh. You know what? Out of all the Digimon, there is like over 1,000 Digimon.
Yeah.
Like it's on that Pokemon level of how many Digimon there are. I did not expect the blimp to be your favorite?
That's
you would think
honorary.
It would be some
favorite.
kind of like waifu, like kind of Digimon or something like that.
I do have one other who's my favorite though. The one that everyone's like, "Yep, this is a Steph Digimon," is Cressmon. I don't know if you've seen Cressmon so far.
Look up Cressmon.
She can evolve further, but that's who I'm at in the story, so I don't know what she becomes. Her move is straight out of Sailor Moon. It's awesome.
Whoa!
Like her animation when she uses her signature move, she is a Sailor Scout.
She
it's
has
incredible.
Like axe hands or something.
Yeah.
Or no, that's like
She's
Whoa,
so cool.
That's pretty cool.
She's so cool.
That's
who my favorite is. But yeah, I have been so pleasantly surprised. So at the time of us chatting, I'm like 40 hours into Digimon Story Time Stranger. So I've been chucking away at it amongst doing other things in life. But I've been doing lots and lots of streaming of that, and I'm just surprised. I really thought it was gonna be one and done. I thought it was gonna be like Animal Crossing. Okay, I'll play it for 3 days and then all right, but I'm invested. So
hell yeah, dude, that's amazing. It's funny because there's been recently like a Digimon like clothing collab with like a company called Hypeland. So I've been seeing that go around. And it's the OG Digimon. So it's like Aguma. I think there's like Garurumon as well, but it's like all those guys. But it's like really cool like sweaters and like shirts. There was like a really cool like sweatpants combo of Garurumon, I think it is.
I think I saw someone get that. I messaged
like, this
someone.
is clean.
I was like, I can understand and appreciate this now, because if I had seen that before I played Digimon, I would have been like, whatever.
I don't have that attachment to like the OG squad and like the OG movie that some people do, but I can respect it. Like as someone who's just recently watched like Yu Yu Hakusho, you know, those 90s anime, like if you grew up with that, I can see how it's like iconic. And you know, will I ever play those games? I'm gonna keep it real, probably not. I truly don't think it's my cup of tea. Like I grew out of Yu-Gi-Oh! Like I was a big like Yu-Gi-Oh! Girly up until the motorcycle variant.
Oh, 5Ds,
yeah. Ever since that happened, I was just like, okay, I think
that's where I stopped.
Good.
I finished that series, and that's where I kind of stopped out of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah. So when it comes to like, I don't know, Pokemon has definitely just stuck with me this entire time. So I respect the people who are fans of Digimon. Like I'm not gonna you know talk trash about Digimon. There's no way. Like it's iconic for a reason. I will say there's this new one because there's a new anime, a new Digimon anime.
Yes, Beat Break.
Yeah, and it's called Gekkomon.
Oh,
and he's so cute. Is it Gekkomon?
Yeah.
The one with the tongue?
Yeah.
And I was
that's
like,
your aesthetic. That is, yes. Yes.
I was like, he is the cutest guy ever. Ever. He's so cute.
You know what's confusing? There's Gekkomon with 1K, and then there's Gekkomon with 2Ks, and they're completely different Digimon.
Oh,
they're not related. I forget, but I can visualize because I got to Gekkomon, and I was like, Vee would appreciate this Digimon. I knew
that is not the Gekkomon that I know. I saw the other one.
Yeah, there's two.
Okay, that's not. Yeah, I like Gecko with 2Ks.
Yes.
That's the one that I like. He's so cute.
Yeah.
I just like spiky guys.
Yeah.
Like if I see a Digimon that gives like Zera aura, like kind of like energy, I'm like, yes. So like Renamon's up there, like those kinds of guys. I don't know. I'm into it.
Did you know something I've been learning through my playthrough? People told me that Digimon started as a Tamagotchi spinoff.
Oh.
Do you know about the lore of how Digimon even came to be?
No,
so
actually.
The company that owns Tamagotchi, there was another thing in Japan called Vee Pets. And then Digimon ultimately is very intertwined with Tamagotchi. So there's actually a lot of references.
That explains the Digivices.
Yep.
Yeah. Interesting.
I didn't know. I was like, that's so cool.
But that's the one thing that we didn't get because we were obviously like collecting or we were doing a lot of shopping in Japan. And Courtney really wanted a Digivice, but we weren't able to get it. She was able to get a PSP though, so that was pretty cool.
Ooh.
So we have a PSP that we're gonna mess with and stuff. So that's gonna be cool. But yeah, she really wanted a Digivice, but apparently some of them are like really expensive and they're just like borderline hard to find because like Digimon is like kind of niche, so it was a little tough. So Tamagotchis has gotten like a big resurgence too, so they've been getting expensive. It's just been a whole thing stuff.
Yeah,
like the little gadgets, there's the people yearn for the gadgets again, you know, versus like just one phone to rule them all. No, I need like 15 million other gadgets with me. So maybe I've just seen recently that Digimon has gotten pretty popular, probably because Time Stranger is actually genuinely a good game. So maybe the people who are in charge of Digimon, they'll wake up and start making more games, and you know, maybe not revive the franchise. Like, it's still going, but I don't know.
It's interesting because I don't know the numbers, and maybe off podcast I could look at it, because I don't know. That's the thing. I feel like as a Pokemon fan, I always thought that Digimon was just this Pokemon clone that was around the same time, but not at all. Like it really is just its own thing that's been around just as long. I don't know how successful it's been. Like I mean, Pokemon's like the biggest franchise in the world, media franchise. Yeah. So it's kind of tough to beat it out. And you know, Pokemon's still my number one and always will be my number one. But it was cool to expand my horizons and see like, oh, this is a different style of gameplay or a different approach to even just evolution, and like not everybody has to take the Pokemon formula and do it that way.
Yeah, for sure. And even so, cool. Like I was in ARC like years ago where I was playing other quote unquote monster catchers. So like games like Koromon, games like Nexomon, those games like they're extremely niche, but it's definitely like we are adopting the Pokemon formula, but we are creating our own creatures and having our own you know, story and like putting our own spin on it. And I can really appreciate those kinds of games, and versus like, you know, I don't know, I feel like there's haters that'll be like, you're a Pokemon clone, get out of here, Pokemon copier. And it's just like, no, you can appreciate the art, you know, for being inspired by like another thing. But yeah, it's refreshing that Digimon is just completely not in relation to Pokemon.
All right, Vee, here's the ultimate question. Bakugan, did you have any?
Bakugan?
Yeah, do you know what that is?
The battle brawler? Wait.
Yeah,
hold on.
The little balls that turn into monsters.
I did have one. Listen, I was heavy on that anime. I was heavy. It was a problem. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, if you know, you know, okay? That was my song.
I feel like it's like, I've always seen the OG, like the card game / monster catching. Like, I've always thought about Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Digimon were the first three that I felt like were the big three. The big three. Then we got Bakugan or actually Beyblade. And then after Beyblade came Bakugan. And so these are all in the same category for me of like anime based around toys that were fun for a little while and or are still fun depending on, you know.
Yeah, I think Bakugan was originally wasn't it the toys first and then it became the anime? I think that was a thing, but
is that the order? I don't know. I knew it from the anime, and then I had like 20 of them. I had so many of them. I would fight people, but then like I think I was still in school at the time, so somebody was cheating, and then I was getting really upset at them because they were like, "No, my Bakugan's gonna win," and I'm like, "That's not how that card works." And then they were, I don't know. Then I never played with that kid ever again.
Yeah, they just don't know how to play, or they don't know how to lose. Anyway, oh god, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, you were talking about the biggest grossing media franchise being Pokemon. Sanrio is another titan in the media franchise.
True.
And I got my boy Choco Cat. So for those of you who don't know, Choco Cat is like literally my favorite like Sanrio character. Everyone's like pom pom purrin cinnamon roll. I'm like, no, Choco Cat. I am spreading that Choco Cat propaganda here on this podcast.
Yes.
Buy all the Choco Cat things. Vote for Choco Cat in the popularity contest. Yeah. I got like 3 different plushes of Choco Cat. These poor Japanese workers thought I was crazy, but I was like, I would like Choco Cat, please. I was like, it was nuts. But
what's Choco Cat's personality? You know, all the Sanrio characters have a vibe. or is it just aesthetic for you? You're just Choco aesthetic. Cat is the cutest.
It's just aesthetic for me, for sure.
Is Gudetama Sanrio? Or is Gudetama its own brand? I love Gudetama.
Okay, so is Gudetama your favorite?
One of my faves, definitely. I just love the quirkiness.
Also
Oh
Sanrio.
Yeah, I think Agretzko is my fave. She is me, and we share a birthday.
There you go.
And she is literally me though, like, you know, having like being able to be corporate and nice and then just want to like scream at karaoke. That is just how I feel.
That's just how it is. Apparently Choco Cat, by the way, he's known for his curious, slightly scatterbrained personality and his antenna-like whiskers that keep him updated on the latest news. Oh, that is so cute. But I remember like getting, like, my mom got me a Choco Cat plush like when I was a child, and I held on to that thing forever until I didn't. I think I like moved or something, and so it was just like lost to the void. And so, and then it's decades later, so there's no Choco Cat merch. There's only Pom Pom Purin and Cinnamon Roll and My Melody and Kuromi and those guys. And
you gotta keep Choco Cat in the plush line. It's up to you.
But notice how excited I am when I go to Japan and I'm like, oh, there's Choco Cat. There's Choco Cat merch. I was losing my mind. No one cares about Choco Cat, I feel, except me. But anyway, so
we need to find the Choco Cat fan club. Maybe you should found it.
I should found it.
Yes.
I would be a horrible leader, I think. But apparently Choco Cat's considered a retro character, like a retro Sanrio character. So like Hello Kitty's retro as well.
Yeah.
So but
did you see when I was in Japan? I found art of Hello Kitty with legs.
Yeah.
No, but like long legs and boobs.
What? Oh,
I don't know.
interesting.
There was some promotion for something. I think for a shoe store. Hello Kitty is cursed.
What? I'll look it up, I guess. Let's see.
Like not just the little legs. It was long legs.
Long legs Hello Kitty. I mean, I see it.
You see it?
I see it. Is okay. Well, you know what, Hello Kitty, you go, girl. You go, girl. Do and on that note, I think we're gonna end it here, everybody.
So too.
Dude, what a nice catch-up episode. Honestly, I just love catching up. And like, usually we don't record these episodes like truly in succession. Like, it usually takes a couple of weeks, and then we're like, oh yeah, we have to record. What have you been doing? Kind of vibes. So I wish you luck on your exercise arc. I look forward to the progress in the next episode and see how that goes. Yeah, good luck this week, and good luck to everybody who's watching this episode and whatever your endeavors are. Shout out to our Patreon members that are continuing to support us and through this crazy journey that is YouTube. It's kind of wild, but we're sticking to it, you guys.
That's right.
But yeah, we'll see you guys on the next one, y'all. Goodbye.
All right, bye.